This is Jackie, and I'm here with Franz at Baltimore Soundstage for the Baltimore stop of the Chaos Tour. Attila's been together since 2005. What do you attest for your band's longevity?
There's a few things that I think have attributed to our long-lasting success. I would say definitely our work ethic and our drive. We haven't been ones to give up. Me especially. When I started the band, I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and there was no other options. So basically, when things weren't going well for us, I didn't just quit and give up like everyone else does. This was it for me. I wanted to be in a band, and that was it. Another reason that I attribute to our success is the fact that we play such unique music. In our scene of like metal, hardcore, metalcore, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of bands that kind of sound the same. Like you could play certain bands back to back, and you might not even be able to tell the difference from one to the other. Whereas Attila, you know it's Attila when you hear Attila. And for that reason, I feel like we've been able to last way longer than other bands. And I tell people, I've seen bands in our career rise up, blow up to massive heights, and just disappear, and they're gone. And I've never heard from them in years. And I tell people Attila is like a drug dealer that has a type of drug that people are addicted to, but only we carry. So we keep people coming back for more, and we're the only people that have this type of thing going on, so it helps us.
So you're a hot commodity.
Exactly.
So Chaos comes out November 4th. You've said that it's the most versatile. Can you give me an example of how or why it is so versatile?
So Chaos is the most versatile Attila album because we have everything from just super heavy mosh type songs to almost borderline like radio friendly. We have southern metal, southern rock, aka like Attila from our first couple albums, and we have rap metal and new metal. So it really is a little bit of everything. We didn't want to have an album that just sounded the same front to back because in my opinion, what's the point of an album if it all sounds the same? It's kind of boring. You should have just released a single or something. So to do an album, I feel like you have to make it truly captivating and interesting from front to back, which is why Chaos is so versatile and diverse and hits all different spectrums of what Attila is.
And what influenced that sort of diversity that you have?
I would just say like my ADD when it comes to music. Like I don't have an attention span whatsoever. Like I'll listen to a song and flip 10 seconds in, but so I wanted to create an album that for someone like me who just flips through songs, I can listen to the album from front to back and not get bored and not flip tracks. So that was the inspiration.
That's definitely helpful. Like you said, in the genre, there are so many bands out there that you put the track in and you're like, I thought this was the last one. I thought this was the next one. And so that's definitely good. The first two videos you've put out, Bulletproof, which is more performance based, and Let's Get Abducted, which is sort of a mixed media. Who came up with the treatment for that video?
Okay, so Let's Get Abducted is like a cartoon alien video, and it's an idea that's always been in my head because I've always wanted to have like an alien inspired video where we were in space. And obviously, you can't, I mean, people do go to space, but to take a band to space and play on a different planet, that's not really possible yet. So I knew it was going to have to be more imaginative and more like a cartoon reenaction. So it kind of just made sense for Let's Get Abducted to be this video. And it all just made sense, and we found the right guy to make the video, and everything fell in place, and we had all these ideas. We pitched the ideas, and then it became what it is. And it was something we'd wanted to do for a while, or at least I did in my head, and we made it happen.
Yet another way that Attila stands out in a good way. You guys recently signed to Sharp Tone Records with We Came as Romans and Miss May I. What are some of the benefits and freedoms that come along with the new signing?
Good question. So we obviously, as a free agent band, we have a lot of options. We had a lot of labels that wanted Attila. But for us, we liked Nuclear Blast Sharptone because we know the team behind Sharptone. We like them. We've worked with them. We know they work hard. And Nuclear Blast as a whole is the biggest metal label on Earth. And they're especially big in Europe and international countries. And we've always done well in America, and we're still growing overseas in Europe and UK and stuff like that. So we knew that Nuclear Blast was going to be the type of push we need to grow even bigger in those countries. So it really just made sense. And, you know, when you look at all the options on the table and what labels have to offer, Nuclear Blast and Sharptone were the clear winners. And they really have been helping us so much. And we're excited to see how this album does overseas, because we've never actually charted worldwide. We've only charted in the US, which is weird because we've been a band for so long now that we should have been pushed overseas, but this is the first situation where we've actually been able to be pushed overseas.
So a very strategic choice. What is the future for Stay Sick Records?
Okay, so Stay Sick Records. We have so many bands signed to my label that have insane potential, and it's really just a building process. You know, I'm not like a short-term guy. I view everything as very like long-term, like 5-year, 10-year plans. So I'm not looking for like some like quick satisfaction. I'm really just trying to build bands and teach them and help them grow and get on the right tours and make the right moves. And so it's really just been a growing process, because most of our bands, almost everyone on the Stay Sick Records roster, is a young band that's growing versus, you know, like we have The Plot and You, and that band's established, and they're doing very well, and they've got tours, and they've got a name built for themselves, whereas, you know, our bands like Enterprise Earth and Spite and Concepts, we're growing these bands, and we're, you know, using our knowledge of the industry and music to help them grow, and our connections to help them build. So, you know, what's next? Looking for the next best bands, the next best talent, and people that are willing to work hard, because, you know, I think labels are truly successful when you have bands that work hard and a label that works hard. So we're working hard. We're looking for bands that work hard. And if you guys work hard, then we're here to make it happen for you.
And you definitely work hard. You've come up with an emoji keyboard, a photo generator, a soundboard. What inspires these ideas, and who helps you with all these ideas and makes them come to fruition for you?
So I'm pretty much down for anything. I don't consider anything off limits, but a lot of things recently have been amazing ideas from the label Sharptone. So I will give them credit, because they were, you know, the originators of the Attila app and the keyboard. And it's one of those things where, you know, we all meet up together, we brainstorm ideas, we bounce them back and forth, and it's just like, let's make it happen. Why not? Why not have an app? Why not have our own emojis or whatever? You know, there's no reason not to. So it's kind of just like, let's do it. So we're very open-minded, and we're very ambitious. And when you mix the two, you get everything that is Attila and everything business-wise that comes from the Attila camp and, you know, the Fronz camp and Sharptone and everything. Like we're down for anything.
Sounds like a lot of collaboration going on. You've previously collaborated with Kellen Quinn, Issues Upon a Burning Body. What are some of the benefits of those collaborations, and do you have any plans for new ones coming up the road?
So, honestly, the cool thing, as far as like me as a guest vocalist with other bands, the cool thing for me is every single artist I've collaborated with is a friend. So it's not, I feel like a lot of collaborations are strategic business type collaborations, whereas like, you know, me being on a Sleeping with Sirens song was literally just Kellen hitting me up one day being like, bro, I've got a track that you would fit good on. Just like make something awesome happen. Here you go. And it was just like, great, perfect. Next day, went to the studio, did it. It was like, you know, it wasn't like a a strategic business thought out. Like, well, it was kind of just, let's do it. Same with Upon a Burning Body. When I was on their track, it was just like, yo, we're friends, let's do this. Like, hop in the studio, spit on this track, let's make it sick, you know? So I don't know, that's what's cool about being an artist, really, is the ability to do collaborations that you just feel are fun and cool, and it feels less like work and more like just having fun and being artistic with your friends.
So spontaneity is the key for you.
Yeah, spontaneity, just doing whatever.
Speaking of collaborations, how are you collaborating with Black Craft for a lifestyle brand?
So, me and my friend Bobby, one of the founders of Blackcraft, we started a lifestyle brand called Deadlift because we wanted to create a clothing brand that appealed to people in like the active fitness type lifestyle. Because we just noticed a void in the market, and we both go to the gym a lot and work out, and it's like
everything is neon.
Everything's neon, everything's tacky, and it's just weird. There's just a void in the market. So, that's when we created Deadlift, and it's still in the very early stages. We have a lot of planning to do when it comes to building that brand. The issue for us, which I'll just admit, is that I'm super busy, they're super busy. So it's sometimes hard for us to come together and create, the future plan. But I think the idea overall is great.
You always have the drive to make it work anyway. So what's up next for Attila after the Chaos Tour?
Okay, so obviously we're on the Chaos Tour now. Our new album comes out November 4th. After this, we want to take a long break over the winter. Long is in, a couple months, whatever. Enjoy holidays with our families. And we're probably going to do another U.S. headliner in the spring. I think that's what's going to happen. It's not confirmed, it's not 100% or announced, so this might be the first time you hear of it, but there's a lot of markets in the U.S. or cities that we haven't hit recently, so we're trying to hit all the cities out there that you guys want us to play. We're trying to play those cities, basically. So that's probably what's going to happen in the spring. We plan to go back to Europe, UK, just, do more international stuff. And as far as summer goes, who knows? We have a lot of options on the table, so who knows where you'll see us.
There could be circle pits around the entire arena this year, folks. Be sure to go get Chaos out November 4th. That's Fronz from Attila. This is Jackie. Thanks to In the Key of Change and Chorus.fm.